Welcome, Leos! So this is going to be a tarot reading for your sign. Now, if you are not a Leo and you're just interested in what's happening with a Leo, this video will also be for you. So the way I always do my videos is I shuffle before I start the video, so you guys don't have to wait on that, and everything's basically ready to go. But I don't look at the cards, so let's do that together and see what's happening with you. The first place that I'm going to start is the recent past, and I'll sort of explain these positions as I go. So for the recent past, I have the Oracle card of Sagittarius and the Tarot card of Temperance here. These are essentially opposite cards here. Sagittarius is all about the big picture and thinking big, and Temperance is all about moderation. So we have kind of opposite energies here in the recent past, where it's like we have these big plans, but we're trying to keep things manageable and such that we can actually accomplish those plans. Let's pull an Oracle card for that to see what else, see which kind of plans we're talking about, and also perhaps why we're really trying to moderate these plans. Let's see. So I have 4 cards that flipped over here, and when I tried to draw one, so we'll read them. So the first card I have is Gemini. So our plans have to do with networking, talking to people, meeting people. Maybe that's part of our job. Maybe that's part of our ambition, the career that we want to go into, or maybe that's just the first phase of whatever this plan is a little bit of networking here with Gemini. The other cards that came out, I have obviously the treasure chest. So ambition, definitely money involved here in these big plans. I suppose usually there are nowadays, right? So you have big plans that do involve money. And then here I have the head with the volcano. You have had like a burst of inspiration, literally a light bulb moment. It's like brain, volcano, put those together. Obviously, boom, right? Like that little emoji. So you guys had a light bulb moment, and you have now kind of created these plans for yourself. You're trying to follow through with them best you can, like one step at a time. And like I was saying before, networking and money are at the kind of the heart of these plans, or perhaps just the first phase of these plans. On the bottom, I have the arrow on target. That basically tells me, oh, okay, well, I think what this tells me is that you've really figured out what you want to do. The arrow on target is like maybe in the past you weren't so sure, you were meandering about, you didn't know what you wanted to do with life or just at the moment. But I feel like you had a light bulb moment and you figured out what you want to do with yourself. And that's why you've made these plans and you're really trying to follow through with them. All right, let's keep going because I don't want to get mired in the past. Okay, so let's take a look at the present, but I want to see your emotions just because that's where I want to start. So I call this the position of the heart. Let's see what we have. I have the Knight of Cups with the Oracle card of Aries. So Aries is all about passion, it's all about drive, it's all about me. And with the Knight of Cups here, it's like I was saying before, like I don't think we had figured out what we wanted, and this is figuring out what our passion is, right? That's Aries. The Knight of Cups is like very like he's in his feelings a lot. So it's like you guys had to sit in your feelings to figure out what felt like was the thing that was for you. And I think that's tied to the light bulb moment in the past. But you guys feel like after all this soul searching, I think you found it. I think that's what this is like you found a deep sense of passion and you found a deep sense of connection to something that is individual to you. Let's keep going. So I want to look at the position of the head. That is generally connected to your emotions because it's your thoughts, it's your active thoughts, it's your strategies. So let's see, how that's reflected in your emotions. So in the position of the head, I have the 3 of Swords reversed with Capricorn. Interesting. Maybe we had to let go of some prior ambition here or some prior expectation because Capricorn, like I was saying, is like career ambition. It really is, I think, tied to this big plan that you guys have come up with. You guys have figured out what you want to do, which direction you want to take in life, in something that's going to make you money. That really feels like career here. It's going to, or at least end up being a career, even if it isn't at the start. But there's something about it that the Three of Swords reversed is like, you've given up on either the expectation that it's all going to happen at once, or you've just given up maybe on a career plan that wasn't really suited for you, or and now you figured out what that is. I'm actually going to have to pull a card to see which of those possibilities it is. I want to know which one it is. Tell me about Capricorn with the Three of Swords reversed here in the position of the head. Tell me about the Capricorn with the Three of Swords reversed here in the position of the head for my Leo signs. Tell me about Capricorn with the position of the head with the Three of Swords reversed. Okay, so I have, this is the Coal, the card of the Coal. Coal is obstinate. It's usually heavy and something that doesn't move. So I think that we've given up on maybe plans that are unrealistic, or maybe we've just also just, this could just be that we've been upset or at least hurt that we've never made solid progress on these plans. And again, that kind of really brings us back here to Temperance. Well, it's part of your thought process. You're like, I've never made solid progress in these plans. I'm going to apply this really moderated, slow and steady process and try to do things every day to make this happen. Why? Because we found a deep sense of passion in whatever this was, whatever that light bulb moment was. Let's keep going. So the next position is the last position in the present before I look into the future. Now, this position talks about the actions you guys are taking. I wasn't ready for that. The actions you guys are taking in the present moment, how you guys are handling circumstances, or even what circumstances are coming at you in the physical world. So I have the Five of Wands with the Oracle card of Virgo. Interesting. Five of Wands is a fight. Five of Wands is a fight. It could just be a friendly fight, or it could be a real fight, real world fight, depending on which cards are with it. In this case, it feels more like a struggle than a fight. Because with Virgo here, it's a struggle. It could be with our bodies. I'm gonna have to pull another card on this. This is kind of throwing me off here, especially because of where all the other cards are at. Okay. All right. So the cards that came out here are Mercury, and then the bread with the hourglass. Basically, we're kind of putting ourselves on the line. We're setting a high bar for ourselves. That's this struggle, is like, we're almost like, because, just 1 second, rewind back to these cards, the position of the head, we're thinking, remember, we're thinking like we kind of fucked it with regards to these long-term plans, with regards to our career ambitions. We're feeling a little bit like shitty just because we never made the progress that we wanted to. Okay, so now looking back at these cards, it's like we're holding ourselves accountable here, and I'm almost getting the feeling like if you don't do this, you're gonna give yourself like lashings, like you're gonna sit there like those priests do with the whip and like whip yourself, right? That's literally the image I'm getting from here, is like whipping yourself to make yourself like go through and do the things you need to do on a day-to-day basis. It's like, I gotta do this. I have to. The bread is have to, need to. That's the bread. There's something about time is relevant here, right? I need to do this in a timely fashion. And then Mercury here is literally just action, activity, and motion. I gotta get moving on this. And you are holding yourselves kind of really accountable, maybe even punishing yourselves a little bit. Let's keep going. Let's see if this strategy works out for you. Let's look into the future. Now, I am not going to look into the rest of your life. I'm just looking into the short-term future. I'll probably do another video for a long-term future. This will just be a short-term future. So let's take a look. I have here the Eight of Wands with the Oracle card of the City. So we don't find footing. It's like whatever these big plans are that we have, here's the first obstacle that you run across, okay? Finding a place to do it, finding other people who have done it, who can potentially get you started on this path, okay? This is the first obstacle, is like, where do I go to gain more proficiency? Where do I go to engage in this activity? Where do I go? Where do I go to do this? I don't know. You literally do not know. So, okay. So I was just about to ask to clarify these, and so I have a clarifier card here. So this is just the plain old king as my oracle card. Okay, so what this tells me is we're looking for a teacher. We're going to need a teacher or somebody who's like a mentor to get us going, to really help us be successful on this like long-term endeavor path, which is like a big ambition for you. You are going to need a mentor because you don't know where to go or where to start. That's these two cards. Or where to go next. Maybe you have started, but you don't know where to go next. Okay, let's pull advice for you guys and see if maybe advice cards will tell us where you should be going next. But I'm going to leave it general and see, what advice it wants to tell you in general. So can I have a positive advice, please, for my Leo signs? What should my Leos be focused on, doing, or best strategies with regards to the situation or in general? My Leo signs. Best strategies for my Leos, positive advice for my Leos. 3 cards. Oh. The 4 of Swords. We have, oh man, I hate this advice. It's so boring. So we have the 4 of Swords, we have the 7 of Pentacles, and then the Moon card. This is literally just telling you that, you know how I was talking about temperance before, moderation, doing things on the day-to-day? All this is doing is harkening back to that and saying, there are things you have to do day-to-day. And you have to make those a habit. You literally have to make a habit of certain things and just make it routine and make it like totally background routine. That is how you get started on this. And that's what this is saying, is like, in order to get started, in order to have any kind of building, which is the 7 of Pentacles, any kind of actual accumulation, first of all, it's going to take time with the 4 of Swords. It's more of like an over time activity, and then the Moon is your habits, and it's like your day-to-day activities and your routine, okay? Let's pull an oracle card. It's like, maybe you guys have grand ambitions of being, I don't know, an actor, whatever, literally, it could be anything, an astronaut, whatever. But it's like, this is telling you how to get started on that path. I feel like you guys might just be at the beginning of the path, or, yeah, you guys just are at a point where I don't think you just don't know where to go to get started. And I keep getting place, because again, the city came out. With Pisces, it's like, what place? We don't know what place. Where to do it. On the bottom, Aquarius, specialist, there's like a special place or a special person that has special skills that is relevant to this thing that you're trying to learn or do, or this path that you're trying to take. That's what this is saying. But in order to even like get to that point, you really need to establish like a routine that gets you moving on a day-to-day basis. Let's see what other cards come out. Same cards as before. So this is your purpose. First of all, the universal hexagram. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You're on the right path. Okay, you're on the right path. And there's a major component of time. While I think that you do feel like there is like a time crunch, there really isn't. It's all a matter of making a sustainable approach to this. There is no actual time crunch, okay? The time crunch is only in the getting started and in establishing this routine. That's the only crunch. Once you've established this routine, it's a matter of following through with the routine for a while. So that's your advice, guys. Leos, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that resonated for you. If it did, press the like button if you would for me. I really appreciate it. And regardless, I thank you guys, and I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Take care.